Adam and Krista are nominated for eviction, but could the Golden Power Veto change the nominations? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. Hello, I'm Andrew Chefsick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 3 Under the Sea. It's day 33 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week JoJo is the head of household. He nominated Adam and Krista from Mariana's Trench for eviction, but the Golden Power Veto can still change the nominations. What will the competition be? We'll find out shortly. But first, it was a very quiet day inside the underwater Big Brother Cheesecake house. The quietest day so far, so I had to butt in and remind everyone that Nutella-filled croissants, cookies, and pancakes are back at Tim Hortons. I love Nutella. Like, I love it. But I also love pretty much anything sweet, so... And yeah, and actually, fun fact, of the 38 active cheesecakes at the Cheesecake Factory, the Nutella Top Chocolate Hazelnut Crunch Cheesecake is my absolute favorite. So, yeah. And then Jonathan says, I'm having a no sweets November and I'm dying already. Me too. I want to kick sweets in their arse. Then I say, does that mean you're not coming over tonight? Do you take bribes? Yes. I haven't had anything sweet since January. Because mac and cheese doesn't have sugar in it. In the words of St. Thomas More during his defiance of King Henry VIII, silence betokens consent. Andrew's silence suspicious. I'll be over by 9. I'm waiting for you, and I was. But are you ready? Oh, I only need a few seconds to get ready. Do you really need to ask? Okay. Now it's time to get to the Golden Power Veto competition. Only 6 house guests will participate in the competition. The head of household, JoJo, the 2 nominees, Adam and Krista, and 3 players selected in a random draw, Alvin, Julian, and Jonathan, who is JoJo's choice. This week's competition is called Big Brother Blackjack, and here's how it works. This competition was originally played in Season 1 and won by Aiton, and I didn't use it last season. But I've restructured it so it's an entirely different competition because I want it to be as much strategy and skill-based as possible and not relying on luck. So, there's a lot of layers and elements to this competition, and Lynn is going to be like, what the fuck is this shit? And Rhonda is probably not going to understand and have a million questions, but it's simpler than it sounds. Okay, first and foremost, you all have only 4 Hit Me cards. They're your individual Hit Me cards, but of course you don't know what they are until you play them. I will then draw privately to all 6 of you 2 cards, and the suits don't matter in this competition, so forget about hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades. I will draw you 2 cards. For instance, you get an 8 and a 2, 10. You must then decide whether to freeze with that 10, not fold because that's different, freeze with 10, or hit me with one of your 4 cards. But I will remind you, you only have 4 Hit Me cards throughout the entire competition. When you are happy with your score, you can freeze it. If you bust, no pun intended, which means you go 22 or above, because the object in blackjack is to get as close as possible to 21 without going over. If you hit 22 or above and bust, you are out of that round, but you are not out of the competition. Once everybody has decided to freeze, the second element of that round and the game comes into play. You must then decide whether to stay or fold on your frozen score. If you fold, you are out of the round, but you remain in the competition. If you stay, you and everyone else who stays goes into the Shark Tank. And in the Shark Tank, the house guest with the highest score gets a point. The house guest with the lowest score is eliminated from the competition altogether. So don't go into the tank unless you are confident in your score. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, this is all luck-based. Just hold on a sec, because not on top of the stay fold element, there's also one more element. At the beginning of each round, I am going to draw 10 sewer cards. These cards go into the Big Brother underwater sewer. Everybody will see what the 10 sewer cards are. In addition, when a house guest is eliminated, their remaining hit me cards and the 2 cards they played in that round permanently go in the sewer. So we're playing with a standard 52 card deck, no jokers. If you see in the sewer that there's a lot of 10s, face cards, aces, that means chances are there's a lot of 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, low cards in the deck. If you see that there's a lot of 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s in the sewer, that means there's a lot of 10s, face cards, and aces in the deck. So bear that in mind too when you make your decisions. Also, importantly, if one person stays, obviously they go into the shark tank, but they win and they get a point. If 3 or more house guests stay, then anybody in the middle doesn't get a point and doesn't get eliminated. If there's a tie for the highest score, both or all of the house guests in the tie will get a point, unless it's the winning point, then nobody gets a point. And if there's a tie for last place, everybody in last place gets eliminated. If everybody in the shark tank ties, that's counted as a win and everybody gets the point. I know that, just trust me, when we play this, it's easier than it sounds. The first house guest to get to 3 points, or the last house guest standing, will be the winner of the Golden Power Veto. So to sum up, and I'll do this in Cole's notes, you each have 4 hit me cards, and only 4 hit me cards. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'll draw you 2 cards. You can either freeze or hit with one of your 4 cards. If you bust, you're still in the competition, but you're out of that round. If you freeze, you can then stay or fold. Folding means you're out of that round, but you stay in the competition. If you stay, you go into the shark tank. The person in the shark tank with the best score gets a point, with the worst score is eliminated, and their remaining cards go into the waste. The first house guest to 3 points wins the Golden Power Veto. This is sort of a mashup of the Blackjack competition from Season 1 and the Stay Fold element, which I've used in various comps. So it's kind of a restructured competition, but I practiced it. I think it works out well. Okay, with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto? Find out tomorrow. And then will they use it to save Adam or Krista from the chopping block? Find out Monday in the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 2 nominees plead their case, and we learn the rules for the next head of household competition. And Wednesday is the next live eviction, where another house guest will be evicted, drown out of the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and lose their shot at the $300 Cheesecake Factory gift card. I'm Andrew Chef Moonbest. Take care, and we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.